welcome back to another video. Thanks for stopping by. So I thought I'd share with you guys what I've been wearing for the month of December. It's the holiday season. It's cold as heck where I am. And as I was putting together my tray for this month, I was thinking of how I wanted to curate. I have a couple repeats from the previous month of November, got a couple new fragrances as well. And overall, the assignment, my personal assignment for December was to smell as delicious as possible. The assignment was I wanted to smell edible. I wanted to smell like Christmas cookies, Christmas desserts, baked goods, just literally overall delicious. I mean, most of you guys might know, if you've been watching my channel for a little bit, I'm primarily a floral girl, but I do like to dabble around with a couple gourmands. Essentially, I like what I like. My nose is all over the place. Whatever just stands out to me is what stands out to me, and I like to wear it. So, let me not waste any more time. Couple repeats that I had from November, really just because I enjoyed wearing them so much and I kind of wanted to test them out a little more, is Replica's Coffee Break. As you can see, I've been wearing this one quite a bit. This is such a beautiful coffee lavender fragrance. It's very, very light on the coffee, very, very aromatic and powdery. It's quite unisex, but it's just a lovely fragrance. I spritz this on just a couple sprays if I'm going to work. I loved wearing this for bedtime. Honestly, this was just a great fragrance to wear at any moment if I was going out. And this performs beautifully in the cold weather. It has been so cold here where I'm at. And it just envelops you in really just a fluffy, almost powdery, cozy scent. I honestly just enjoyed wearing this. It makes me think of a coffee house, but a very clean, warm coffee house. And I just loved wearing it. I think I'll keep this around for most of the winter season, because I just enjoy wearing this. And this is honestly one of my more expensive fragrances in my collection. I did purchase this discounted online. First time ever, buying fragrances online. But this is one of my most expensive valued fragrance. If you go on Sephora or Ulta, it's $165. I think that might be including tax. $165 for a fragrance. So when I say I'm gonna get my money's wear, I'm gonna wear this down. You can already see the tag is starting to be a little frayed from the abuse. Another coffee fragrance and rewear for the month of December is Yves Saint Laurent's Black Opium, and this is the Eau de Parfum Extreme. And guys, I really, really enjoyed wearing this fragrance. I know there's a whole lot of hate towards the Black Opium line, but for as much hate as there is quite a lot of love. And I think I fall into that category where I do really enjoy wearing Black Opium. I didn't realize that I was quite familiar with the scent of Black Opium. My mom used to wear this back in the day. The original, of course. I have the extreme version, and this, based on the notes, has more coffee and I think a little bit more patchouli. There's also an added note of cocoa or chocolate. And I actually get all of those facets from the notes. It's very beautiful. It's a very dark, powdery, maybe borderline dusty kind of, an earthy, warm floral scent. It does lean gourmand, but not foodie or photorealistic. It is very sweet in the dry down. It opens up a little, earthy and bitter, from that cocoa and that coffee note, and then warms down to something very beautiful. There's also bourbon vanilla in the dry down. That's what I remember. And oh my gosh, it transforms into like a very syrupy, sweet, floral coffee fragrance. When I say I loved wearing this, particularly in cold weather. This is not a warm weather fragrance. Anything above like 40 or 50 degrees, I can't. I don't think I could tolerate wearing this fragrance. It would transform into something not too pleasant to my nose. But in cold weather, oh, this is just so beautiful. And I picked up this perfume oil from Sand and Fog. I bought this at Marshall's. It was like $13 at the time. I bought this and I just picked it up on a whim. I had no idea what it smelled like. But as I was like, I tested it on my arm a little bit, and I was walking around the store as per usual. And as I was smelling it, it smelled so familiar to me. And I think, as I read in the website, it's supposed to be inspired by black opium. Now, I'm not saying that this is a dupe. It's definitely more of an inspiration. It doesn't have that earthy quality. It's a little more sweet, and it has more fruitiness in the opening. Think of it somewhere as a cross between Britney Spears' Prerogative and black opium. It would fall somewhere in the middle. And I enjoyed layering these two together. This just added like a little extra sweetness to the black opium. And also this one has like a milk note in the base. And I think that added a little extra creaminess to it, a little lactonic quality. Maybe it's just my nose. But I thoroughly enjoyed wearing this. I liked wearing this by itself. I liked wearing this with the black opium extreme. This is just a really nice perfume oil. As you can see, like I've given it just a little bit of wear. I've been like slathering myself with these oils. For work, I've mostly stuck with Ariana Grande's God is a Woman. As you can see, I'm halfway through this bottle. And to be honest, the only reason why I'm halfway through is because you have to overspray. I try not to overspray my fragrances like that. But this wears mostly like a body spray. Not that I mind. It was, quite an affordable fragrance, and it's a celebrity fragrance. I'm not expecting like the greatest longevity or projection for a perfume that I bought for $20. And I got this at Burlington. But I really couldn't smell anything maybe after the 4-hour mark. Or at least it wore very, very close to the skin, which is not bad, like I said, for if you were in a work environment or maybe even for bed. I go back and forth of whether or not I still want to keep it, because when I say I have to practically drink this fragrance just to get some wear out of it. It's very similar to Clean Reserve's Radiant Nectar or Le Monde Gourmand's Fleur de Blanc. It's a very sweet, almost fruity, musky scent. There's pear and ambrette. This one has an added note of vanilla, which is why I kept this one for my December tray. It's very, very pretty. It opens up very juicy and then dries down to a very sweet, powdery, musky scent. My next one here is longtime favorite, Banana Republic's Dark Cherry and Amber. This is basically that. A very sweet, syrupy cherry with an ambery, woody dry down. Has that same ambery quality like Cloud or BR540. Not dupes, not inspired by, just that similar ambery dry down. I love wearing this during Christmas time, and I think like the red bottle is absolutely gorgeous. I think the color is so sexy, and it makes me think of Christmas time. Another Sand and Fog oil. This is a, quite popular one from them. When I say I'm a big fan of Sand and Fog, after I've found out that they make perfume oils, it's been it's been game over for me. I've been like trying to find as many as I can and, just get my nose and sniff them out, see if I like them or not. Jasmine and cedarwood is a inspiration. It's an inspired fragrance for Baccarat Rouge 540. This one has a bit of that spice, but this one leans a little more floral, a little more woody. It is sweet, but not as candy or like that airy sweetness that BR 540 has, or even that Cloud may have. I think this is a lovely fragrance. I love wearing this during cold weather season. I can't tolerate that type of DNA when it's anything over, like I said, 40 or 50 degrees. But this is another favorite of mine. I love wearing this during Christmas time. Again, maybe it's the color that makes me think of Christmas time. It's a deep burgundy. This particular one is a deep burgundy color. For bedtime, I've mostly been wearing Clean Classic Skin and Vanilla. Like I said, for December, I've been trying to really get a lot of my gourmands, really wear a lot of my gourmands and my vanillas. This one is a sweet, musky vanilla scent. I think sometimes when I smell this, I get something that kind of smells like coconut water. And I don't remember the notes off the top of my head. I've had this bottle for a while. About halfway through, as you can see. But it's almost like a coconut water, musky, vanilla scent. There's something even a little aquatic about it. It smells so pretty to me. It's absolutely pretty. Very inoffensive, very clean, sweet scent. It is similar to the newer Clean Reserve Skin. While the Clean Reserve Skin has praline in it, this one is more of a basic vanilla scent. I love them both, and also this one has more of an aquatic facet to it. Like I said, I love them both. I wear this one mostly for bedtime. I might even wear this for work, just because it's, with a lot of clean fragrances, they're very inoffensive, very easy to wear. Longtime favorite of mine, had this one now for about a year, is Praline and Pistachio from True Fragrance. I got this one at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. Very, very inexpensive perfume. I think I got this for maybe $15, maybe $17. This smells like cookies to me. I absolutely love this fragrance. It smells very similar to Sol de Janeiro's Cheirosa 71, with maybe a small quality of Cheirosa 62 as well. I've been layering it with 71, and I think I really like this one more than 71. And I've been noticing that with a lot of the dupes, and this might be me. I've been enjoying the dupes for the Brazilian Crush, the Sol de Janeiro body mists. Same thing with the Cheirosa 62. I enjoyed the Solar Floral inspo rather than 62. Sometimes I find with these, it has like this toasted like, oh yeah, toasted macadamia quality to it, or note. Let me see here. Yeah, toasted macadamia nut. And it really smells like toasted nuts. Sometimes it can lean a little like burnt, dare I say. I have to, like right now, it really smells like toasted macadamia nuts that came out of the oven. And I have to generally be in the mood for it. I usually like to layer it, but sometimes that toasted quality just is a little jarring. This one leans a little more sweet. Yeah, this one leans a little more sweet, a little more airy. Has less of that toasted quality to it. This has like, oh my God, it's got like praline, pistachio, marshmallow. There's like a cappuccino note. There's something else in it. It's like every delicious note that you could think of. There's vanilla, of course. It's in here, and I really enjoy this one. And I've been layering it with this, also another Sand and Fog oil. Like I said, guys, this is just me. I'm not like sponsored. I purchase all of these with my own money. Disclaimer. Duh. I just like to, I like to collect oils. And once I find something that I really like, my squirrel brain tends to hyperfixate on it. And I really, really, really enjoy trying them. So this is white vanilla. And this smells like a cake to me. This smells like a yellow cake or vanilla cake with a vanilla orange buttercream frosting, or like a vanilla orange glaze on it. And it's honestly like really delicious. Like this is a foodie vanilla, or a foodie gourmand oil. It smells so good. And I really enjoyed layering it with other photorealistic or foodie gourmand fragrances like 71, praline and pistachio. I even tried my hand at layering it with this one. This is gooey butter cake, which was an impulse buy. I had no business buying it, but you know, when I see something that seems a little interesting, I want to try it. But my favorite combination has been white vanilla and praline and pistachio. I wore this the other day, and you know, my husband does not like foodie gourmand fragrances, so I sprayed this on, slathered myself up in the oil, and it smells so good. Like, you walk into the room and it smells like a bakery. I walked past my husband after I did my whole routine, and he's like, "Why do you smell like sugar? You smell like straight sugar." And you know, I would take that as a compliment, because I know my husband does not necessarily like gourmands anyway. But this smells so good to me, I don't care. And then he's like, "You smell like cookies. You smell like Oreos." And at that point, I was like, period. Mission accomplished. I had successfully smelled like food. Edible. Delicious. So, that being said, if you are a gourmand girly, you know, those may be some possible combinations that you could try or get your nose on. I don't like to push anybody to buy things that, you know, I'm not here to push anybody to buy anything. I'm just sharing my experience. However, that being said, if you are not at all a gourmand person, stay away. Stay away from this one especially. This is really strong. And even like praline and pistachio, it's really strong. My husband said that it was really strong. But again, he just doesn't like gourmand fragrances. I like to dabble in them. Honestly, once the cold weather is finished, I probably will not be touching these for until next year. But until then, I will continue to smell like a bakery. That being said, speaking of bakery, I touched on this one. This is Gooey Butter Cake by Curations The Good Scent. And like I said, I had no business picking this up. I bought this at Marshall's for $15. And I don't know how I feel about this one. I've only worn it a couple times, and it does smell good, but something about this makes me think of a candle. Like if you were to have those photorealistic candles. And I don't get like cake, and I certainly don't get any of the notes that they're listed here. On this bottle, it says that there's top notes of sugar, cake batter, Mid notes of caramel, pistachio, whipped pistachio, base notes of vanilla cream and brown butter. I don't get any of that. Truly, I don't get any of that. I get something that might smell like a musky, sugary vanilla. Nothing that quite smells like butter. And nothing that smells like cake. White vanilla honestly smells more like a cake than this one. And I tried layering the two, and it's okay. This one definitely overpowers. And it wears okay. I don't know if I might keep that in my collection. Like I said, it was a impulse buy and a poor choice for an impulse buy. Don't be like me. Actually, another favorite vanilla, top favorite vanilla. I forgot to mention this one. This is another oil that I purchased. Got this one at Marshall's for $15. This was also an impulse buy, but one of my favorite impulse buys. This smells so good. This is honestly, this made it up to being one of my top favorite vanilla scents. Now, I do like amber notes. That being said, I do really favor amber in perfumes and in fragrances. This smells like a sweet, airy, powdery, slightly woody vanilla. And the combination of notes in it almost give it like a cocoa powder or like a chocolate quality to it. I'm sorry if I'm like opening and closing this again. It's because I have to smell it to kind of remind me. This is honestly a really, really good fragrance. And for $15, like, I'm not mad at it at all. At all. This wears beautifully in cold weather. This is something, like, if you're looking for a simple, easy vanilla to wear, I would recommend this one, especially, you know, for $15. I'm not pushing anybody to buy anything. Smell it first. You can probably find this very easily at any discounter. Maybe, you know, give it a little test wear and see how it does. If you have many, many vanilla fragrances in your collection, then you certainly don't need to add another, you know. But I'm quite picky when it comes to vanillas, and I will say that this is one that I've really, really enjoyed. It lasts forever. Like, I have clothes that still smell like it. You know, when you, like, your clothes, like, you just leave them on that lonely chair in the corner of your room or the bottom of your closet where you're not sure if it's, you know, dirty enough to wash, but you're not sure if it's clean enough to wear again, and it's in that in-between state. Well, that's where my clothes are, and that's where it continually smells like vanilla and amber. Beautiful fragrance, easy to layer, but I honestly really enjoyed wearing this by itself. I think this is such a solid fragrance to wear. I enjoyed layering it with any of my more, you know, vanilla heavy fragrances, even with some of my body mists back here. The newest fragrance in my collection is Camera by Lattafa. Yes, I have fallen into that bandwagon. I have been influenced. I think I have been influenced to purchase this one. I got this at, you know, that random perfume store, that random Arabic perfume store that's near me, that's like filled with a bunch of fragrances. I bought this for like $25, maybe $25 or $30. This is readily available just about everywhere. Funny enough, I purchased this 6 months ago. Right? When was August? No, when was July? That was about 6 months ago. Maybe 5 months ago. Regardless, I purchased this in July. This was not a blind buy. I went into it knowing, like, I had spritzed it once before, and I had a vague idea of it. I went into it knowing that this was not going to be a dupe for Angel Share. Everyone talks about this fragrance saying how it's a beautiful, sweet, spicy fragrance. There's dates. It's very, it's all that in a bag of chips. So I pulled the trigger. I purchased this fragrance and I sprayed it out a little bit. I let it sit, waiting to pull it out for this month. Like, I bought this specifically so that I could wear this in the winter time. And I sprayed it in the beginning of the month. And I was like not happy. I was ready to fight someone. Like, I'm joking. But I was not happy. I was like, what the heck? What was I smelling? This smelled like an old candle in like an old church. Very dusty, very, like, it was too much. And it gave me a headache. Immediately gave me a headache. And I was really upset. I was so upset. I was like, what? No, I know this was not getting that much hype, and this was what I was smelling. An old, like, dusty candle in a church. I was not happy. So I sprayed it out some more, shook it up. When I say, like, I was shaking this up, getting this to oxidize, put it in jail in the back of my closet to let it sit a little more. Pulled it out again. I wore this yesterday and it's getting there. I'm still having trouble with this fragrance. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've been lied to. I've been bamboozled. I'm not getting what everybody is getting from it. It is very sweet. It is very spicy. But it's not done in a way that I necessarily like. I can see why someone would like it. I think maybe it just has to sit a little more. And, for $20, $20, $30, I'm not going to, be so mad if it has to sit. I'm glad that I didn't spend any more than that. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't recommend spending any more than that. I've been going down a little rabbit hole and looking at some Middle Eastern fragrances, but if they all share a similar quality like this, I'm not too sure if a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances are for me. I know I'm saying like a whole lot of controversial stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure if Kamra is for me. That being said, like I said, I'm going to keep giving it some more wear. I will say some positive. Gorgeous bottle. This is one of Lattafa's, like, honestly, more beautiful looking bottles. It's a lovely, lovely case. The cap is solid, nice heavy bottle. And this atomizer, gorgeous. It gives, I'm not going to spray it right now because this is really strong and I don't want it to like spray my entire room. But the atomizer is beautiful. It gives like a nice, fine, wide spray, open mist. Back to some qualities that I didn't like. This opens up very, very loud, but then I don't know if maybe I go nose blind to it quickly. It's very overwhelming. And then I get a headache. So I'm going to let this sit for a little bit. Maybe it just needs more time to mature. But please tell me, like, I'm not alone. Is it just my nose that's broken? I'm not sick. I don't have a cold. I don't know. I don't know. Have I been lied to? Like, I don't know. So that has been my least favorite for the month of December. Everything else here, straight bangers. Absolutely loved. Straight bangers. I might keep, I almost forgot to mention, like, did I guess Seductive Noir? Aromatic, beautiful, sweet vanilla with sage. Supposed to be a dupe to Mon Guerlain, but I've never smelled Mon Guerlain. But loved wearing this mostly to work. I do a little couple spritzes in the morning and then I'm good for the day. But yeah, that's everything that I've been wearing for the month of December. Like I said, the goal was to smell as delicious and edible as possible. I think I have achieved that goal, much to the dismay of my husband. This was not his favorite tray. He's more of like a freshy, he likes fresh, clean, like floral and aquatic scents. I like just about everything. I like what I like. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Talk to me in the comments below. Let me know what you guys are wearing for December. I feel like this is where everyone gets a little more fun in all of their fragrances because of how cold the weather gets. You can really bring out like your heavy hitters. Please let me know if anybody else has had my experience like with Kamra from Latafa. It's like putting me off from trying any other Middle Eastern fragrances like that. I know I can't be alone in that. With that being said, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I will always appreciate it. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.